everyone, welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me here today, and we're back with the range DPS back in Doma. So we are going on to the level 87 quest, Home No Longer. Claire, if you are come to ask after the blasphemy, I fear not to share. As of yet our shinobi have seen no sign of the beast. The returnees, however, are all accounted for, and Lord Hien has seen them safely to the Kienkan. As such, he is presently assisting with the Huns. For a blessing, there have been no reports of other villagers turning, and yet... Before the situation takes a turn for the worse, there is a matter I fear warrants further investigation. Kesai. Though a villager of Asari, I suspect she may in fact hail from my home, Sui-no-Sato. Knowing they would be loath to answer my inquiries, I entreated the Kojin to contact Sui-no-Sato in my stead. To hear tell of it, Princess Kurenai has made great strides in establishing stronger ties with the outside world. At mention of Kesai, however, their cordial warmth turned strangely cold. If we are to learn more, I fear we have little choice but to go and speak with the people of Sui-no-Sato ourselves. A simple visit for you, I imagine, but my banishment complicates matters. That said, it has been many years since I left home. Were I to disguise myself, I might go unnoticed in your company. If you are willing to take the risk. Thank you. Let us make for Onokoro, then. Oh, she's going home. Yeah, she originally hails from Sui-no-Sato, and then she wanted to grow stronger to protect her people, but this was seen as, like, inviting war, basically, into their home. So she ended up being banished. And throughout Stormblood, we did meet her parents while we were there, and I wonder if we're going to be able to see them again. Oh, that would be so sweet! Oh, I can't wait for this. Oh, there she is. Oh! She's in her old gear. I haven't seen that in a long time. Not since the end, no, the beginning of Stormblood. The garments I wore when we first met, sufficient, I think, to conceal my identity. Oh, how many years has it been since I last saw home? I am a shinobi of Doma, but even as a child, I sought to ensure the safety and survival of Sui-no-Sato. I was quite bold in those days, if not a touch reckless, and together with the other children, I often ventured beyond the borders of home. We yearned for adventure, and so one day we sought to behold the wonders of Doma. Imagine our horror to discover a city of ruin and ash, imperial soldiers marching through the streets. We fled at the sight, but in my haste I lost my way in the bamboo grove. It was there I first met a young boy named Shun, a sweaty mess as he swung his wooden sword with reckless abandon, training to fulfill his duty as a samurai, he said. Having seen the destruction of which the Empire was capable, I too felt the need to protect my home. I joined him in his exercises, and every day my resolve to protect those I loved grew. Sadly, my elders refused to listen. They were content to remain hidden beneath the waves, and hopefully the Empire's notice. With a heavy heart, I left in search of the strength I believed we sorely needed, and I found it as a shinobi. But the people feared war and conflict would follow on my heels should I return. I do not begrudge them their decision, nor do I regret mine own. Part of me is overjoyed at the thought of seeing home again. Openly defying the wishes of the Ruby Princess, however, would bode ill for my family. They have suffered enough for my transgressions. That is why, for their sake, I would remain naught but a faceless shinobi at your employ. Thank you. With that in mind, let us make for Sui-no-Sato. Wow. I remember that story. It was Hien and Yugiri's story from Tales of the Twilight, I think it was. Oh my god, look at her. All these years, yet naught appears to have changed since the day I left. But now is not the time to reminisce. We have work to do. Kesai's departure from Sui-no-Sato was likely decades ago. Perhaps the village elders will know why she chose to leave. Oh, she's accompanying us now! Oh, I love this whole thing. Ah, so many fond memories. Pay no mind to my idle musings. Lead on. Oh, I love that they came up with this whole concept of having NPCs follow us around. I wish we could do it more often. Kesai? The name sounds familiar, and yet... Apologies, friend. My memory is not what it once was. Let us seek out another. You find what you seek. Okay. Let's try up here. Someone else has got to be around here. It's such a tiny little village. I mean, how do they live here without going crazy? My, it must have been quite some time since last I heard that name. She was a priestess of the village, banished after drawing the ire of the former Ruby Princess. What has become of her after all these years, I wonder? Please, is there anything else you can tell us? Yugiri was quite close with her, if memory serves. Perhaps you should seek her out. Mother, I had hoped to avoid my parents, but if there is no other way... Claire, might I ask you to take the lead? Oh, this is just typical. It's her mother. Oh my god, it's her mother who was close friends with her. Oh my god, what are the odds? Then again, it's such a small village, I guess it's not too surprising. Where is she? There they are. I say, are you not the adventurer who aided Yugiri in Doma's liberation? Oh my gosh, Yugiri looks just like her. 'Tis good to see you again. To what do we owe the honor of your visit? Kesai. Yes, we were close, but that was a long, long time ago. Still, if I can be assistance to the woman to whom we owe so much, I will share all I know. Kesai was born into a family of priests, and even at an early age, she was possessed of extraordinary abilities. Much was expected of her, but everything changed the day she said she could speak with the dead. No one believed her at first, but she continued to insist she could, and strove to prove it by demonstrating knowledge well beyond her years, knowledge of events to which she could not have been privy. Word of her talent eventually reached the Ruby Princess, and she was summoned to Sushui of the Violet Tides for a private audience. No one knows what Kesai said to her in the palace, only that the princess was incandescent with rage and ordered her exile forthwith. Some believe Kesai revealed a terrible secret of the royal house, or perhaps spoke a blatant falsehood that proved her a liar. Indeed, the knowledge she claimed to divine from the dead was not always truthful, but who's to say the dead would know the truth or not seek to deceive? Thus could we never be certain if it was simply a fantasy or a power divine. The one thing that is certain is that no small number of people found comfort in her words. Would that I could tell you more, but sadly I have not seen or spoken with Kesai since her banishment. Oh, of course she would recognize her. Forgive me, but have we met your companion before? She looks familiar. They're both smiling. Well, I mean, we did promise her, so I believe this is the first time our humble shinobi visited Sui-no-Sato. Ah, is that so? For the briefest of moments, you reminded me of someone quite dear to my heart. Being a shinobi, I presume you have heard tales of Yugiri Mistwalker. Should you chance to meet her, may I ask you to deliver her a message? Tell her that her mother and father love her, that we could not be more proud of her. I will. I have no doubt she feels the same, and not a day goes by without you in her thoughts. They know it's her. I believe we have heard enough. Shall we return to Onokoro? Oh, that's so sweet. I wish she could have come right out and said that's who she really was, but I think they knew. They were both smiling at her. They had to have known. My apologies for placing you in so peculiar a situation. I must confess it did my heart good to see mother and father well. All the more reason I must do all I can to keep the peace, as a shinobi of Doma. No, as a member of the Eastern Alliance. Mayhap there will come a day when Sui-no-Sato opens to the world. A day when Yugiri Mistwalker can be reunited with her mother and father. Would that Lord Heian could be afforded the same opportunity. But Lord Kyan and Lady Mina have long since passed, two of too many lives lost in the imperial occupation. I cannot imagine he would ever succumb to despair, but make no mistake, Lord Heian knows the pain of his people all too well. I can see it in his eyes, and if I may be honest, it troubles me at times. But perhaps I have said too much. Come, we mustn't keep him waiting. Wow, we're really focusing on Yugiri a lot in this quest, and I really like it. She's changed a lot, but in a good way, too. Yeah, I remember the tales from the Twilight when she first met Heian, and that scar that Heian has on his forehead, he got that while he was trying to protect her when she followed him to the Swallow's Compass. Apparently he was going to ask, like, the Monkey King to help set free the people of Doma. And she followed him and was attacked by one of the Sentios there in the Swallow's Compass, and he stood in the way and protected her. That's how he got that scar. For a blessing, Onokoro appears to be untouched by the recent chaos, for now at least. Welcome back. I trust your journey proved an enlightening one. She does, in fact, hail from Sui-no-Sato, and you say she has possessed these divine gifts since childhood? Genuine or no, the people believe her, and more flock to her side with every passing day. But the returnees are safe at the Kirinkan, its defenses bolstered. As for the blasphemy, I have spoken with our Confederate allies, among others, and together we will establish a network of contacts across the length and breadth of Doma to take up the search in earnest. Mark my words, we will find it. Alright, so short quest, but really, really good. I love that we focused on Yugiri in that one. So the next one is the devoted daughter. I wonder if that's going to be about Yugiri as well, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and close out there for right now. Thank you for watching, and be seeing you soon.